Hey everyone, how you guys doing? I'm getting ready to go to work. Kids are off on the buses and I'm just super excited today. This is the day the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it and in Him for everything He's done for me. You guys, I have a new outlook on life and I want to thank my ex-husband for that. I was watching videos on being in a relationship with a narcissist, and it's just been so encouraging to hear my story through other people and some of the things I've had to go through in my marriage. And so I want to share with you today kind of my experience with dealing with someone who you are unequally yoked with and who behave like a narcissist. And in my situation, it's a covert narcissist. I'm learning so much about narcissism, and I am not a therapist, I am not a counselor or a doctor or an attorney, and I cannot give you legal advice or any medical diagnosis of what a narcissist is. So if that's what you're looking for, you need to turn the channel, go to a different channel. This is just my experience. And so I need to say that up front, because I know whatever I say here on YouTube always gets used against me. That is part of being with a narcissist. When you have a Christian marriage, or if one of you is a Christian in your marriage, it adds to the whole dynamic of being with a narcissist, if that other person is a narcissist. I can tell you, as a Christian, the sin that you would call sin that's going on in your marriage, and allowing that sin to come out, and be honest with what you have experienced as far as being a Christian and having conviction of sin. And you start acknowledging what is going on, and you're starting to maybe not give details of everything, but explaining what you've had to go through in your marriage with a narcissist. That narcissist gets very upset. That narcissist does not like you telling the truth, and so they will try to hurt you. They will try to take things from you, and that's where I'm at right now in my relationship. They will take things you say, even from friends or neighbors or family members or things in the past. They will dig up stuff from the long time ago, not even communicating with you about what was said, why you said it, because they don't care. They don't care. They have no empathy for you. They will not care about how you feel, or what you think, or what you say. And that's where I was in my marriage for many years. And so when I came out of my divorce, the first thing I did for me is I went and got self-help. A narcissist wouldn't do that. I wanted to go to counseling. I wanted to talk to someone. I needed to talk to someone because I was miserable for 10 years. And I needed to just be honest with someone. I bottled everything up for almost 10 years. And I found out things about my ex-husband 3 weeks after we were married. I never told a soul. I didn't even tell my family what I was having to go through. And it wasn't until he filed for divorce I felt free enough to be honest with myself. And I can tell you, I ignored all the red flags in my marriage. And once I said I do, I was committed as a Christian, no matter what. And so I buried all those feelings. And one thing I did realize is I was not honest with myself, and I was not honest with God. That is one thing that came to light for me when my husband filed for divorce was, I had this Holy Spirit tugging in me, and me feeling conviction of sin in my marriage, and I just made excuses for why I had to do what I did, and how I felt. And so, I got really deep into counseling with someone at our church, and that person really helped me realize that, I need to move forward. I need to let my husband go, and what he was doing was wrong, but I can't change it. I can't stop it. I can't make him be the person I thought he could be, and that is something that's really just been the most difficult thing for me, because I could see my spouse as this spiritual leader of the family. He once said he was, and he acted like it, and I was just like, oh, this is my dream man, and he is marrying me, from the beginning, and he acted a certain way, and then every once in a while there would be these signs, these red flags that would pop up and be like, wait, why did you say that, or why did you act that way, or why are you getting angry like this, or why are you taking scripture even in a Bible study and taking it and twisting it to fit your narrative, and I'm reading the Bible, and I'm like, that's not what it says, and then I remember when we went to marriage counseling, we were walking out of marriage counseling before we got married, and this is a red flag I totally ignored, but it did, put a mark in my brain, I guess, because I remember it like it was yesterday. We were walking out, and he's like, did you hear what the pastor said? Oh, you got to do that, in our marriage. And I was just like, what? Like, pointing fingers at me. That was a red flag. Like, did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? You got to make sure that you hold up your end of the bargain on that, and you got to be submissive, and you got to do this. And I was like, wow, I would have never done that. I don't say, you've got to do something. I've always wanted my spouse to make his own decisions. I wanted him to lead. And I probably did in our marriage nag a lot. Alexa off about how I wanted him to lead spiritually, because my expectations were way up here. Alexa off. So in our marriage, I know that I had a huge part in the divorce process and what has happened. Now, since the filing of the divorce itself, no matter what decisions my ex was doing, I was trying my hardest since the day of separation to get him to communicate with me. I have tried all aspects, guardian ad litems, and mediation twice, and focus class, which I absolutely loved, and then refocus class with this modification. I have loved all of the learning. I jumped into divorce care. I went to counseling. I have asked for counseling for me and my children. I have seeked out church members who have gone through the same situation as me. I have seeked help. A narcissist doesn't seek help. A narcissist has no empathy. They don't care. A narcissist will never ask for forgiveness. I wrote my ex-husband a letter asking for forgiveness. And it was part of my healing process. All of that I have done to open up communication, to find out why our divorce was happening, and seeking help and watching videos on learning more about how a narcissist will behave. And I have learned that being married to a narcissist is even worse when you're a Christian, because that narcissist will take their sin and they will hide it. They will cover it up. They will never be honest with their sin. And you could tell people, and people will actually think you're crazy. I have had several friends say, I thought you were crazy until you started giving me details. When you gave me details of the sin, then I realized you were telling the truth. Well, I've been divorced 1 year and separated for several years now. And I'm telling you, my story has not changed. And that's when my friends started realizing she's telling the truth. It's because it's something I actually experienced. I did not make this up. It's something that I felt conviction of for a very, very long time. And some of the people who knew my ex-husband now are supportive, and they understand what's happening. And then you've got your Christian believer friends who are trying to tell you, you can't live like this. You can't live in a marriage like this. Why did you not tell us sooner? You know, we could have helped you. We could have stepped in. We could have helped save your marriage. And I always question, like, why I held it in, all these secrets, and wasn't honest. And I think even to this day, there's a lot of people who don't know what I've had to go through as far as details. But being honest is just a part of the healing process that is something that needs to happen as you're healing from maybe your spouse cheating on you and wanting to be with someone else, and the decisions that they're making. You know, for me, I was kind of relieved when my spouse proposed to his girlfriend last week, to be honest with you guys. Even though we've only been divorced a year, he moved her in 2 months after we were divorced. I felt relieved because I know deep down inside I'm doing what's right. I know that I'm being faithful in my marriage. I'm committed to my vows. I'm loving my spouse. I am working hard as a single mom. Alexa, off. And I am doing everything I can to follow God's will. And so, you guys, it's been an amazing journey, and I feel like I can move on finally with my life. But as I'm trying to move on as a single mom, I have a threat of everything being taken from me, to crush my spirit, to get me to stop speaking here on YouTube, and stop telling the truth and stop spreading the gospel. The great thing about being a Christian in a narcissistic marriage is the truth will set you free, you know, and God is the truth. And if he says don't act like a certain way in the Bible, then you need to change. You need to be following Christ if you are a Christian. And one thing I have learned through my divorce is I want everybody to know I'm a Christian. I want to shout it from the mountaintop. I have rededicated my life to Jesus Christ. And I was saved when I was 5, you guys. So I have been around the block in the Christian community for a very, very long time. And I see where we are in this world, you know, and tribulation is coming, and we're not going to have a whole lot of time to be here anymore to spread the gospel. So we have to use where we are in our life and our experiences and our journeys and our story. And one thing I'm learning is God is writing my story for me, and he's not finished with me yet. He is still working on me. And moving forward in my life, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to love others, including my ex-spouse and his girlfriend. And I am going to be of good cheer, because God has overcome the world. And he's got a plan for me. And this is exciting part of my journey, is moving forward. No matter what happens in my life, no matter what is taken away from me, I am going to focus on doing what's right, fighting for my faith, my family, and my freedom. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope this is encouraging. I got to go to work. I'm late. Bye.